Welcome once again to another tutorial right here on how to use Adobe Premiere. These guys are loud. I don't think they're as loud in the mix, but they're loud in my headphones. What we're hearing right here, this is the Zemlinsky Quartet. Now, they're always prim and proper. They perform in these tuxedos. They perform these like amazing quartets all the time. That was just my internet glitching. But this quartet performed a bunch of shows in KW. And we had them in recording for my project. Well, not just mine. Cross, and my brother. A couple crosses for our project. Anyway, I'm gonna pause this. The next video that I'm gonna be editing here, that was my website. The next video that I'm gonna be editing here is after we were done recording and stuff like that. They just did this kind of neat little thing where they just started playing a little on-the-spot thing, and my brother last minute quickly hit record again on his stuff. So we've got some video. I'm gonna bring it over here. I've got, this is just audio, so this is some good audio of the recording of this clip, but it's not the whole thing. So this is those same guys. You can tell. Same guys there. Just playing around here. So that's where I think he about hits record. And we want to mix together, and this is easier to do actually in Sony Vegas Pro, which is what I usually edit in. But I'm going to see if I can do it in this too, and this will give us a little bit of a tutorial. I'm trying to add this audio to this video. So I'm going to import, let me see. I'm going to import, I called it the Zemlinsky Apocalypse. I'm going to, this is where we can put our assets. If you haven't seen my other video, make sure to check out the other video. That shows you how to open it and set up your screen and everything like that. I'm going to skip that for this video and just bring in my assets here. And I'll get this out of the way. So the video, which also has audio, I'm going to keep the existing settings. Let me see how much above and below. No, we're pretty good. I'm going to leave it like that. So the video already has its own audio. And we can again hear it here. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Hopefully you could hear me at the beginning. I don't even know until after. So that's the video. We're going to add the audio to it. Now, as you can see right here, the audio is quite smaller than the video. So what we need to do, and maybe I've even already done this before. No. So we need to kind of look through the video. Oh, maybe I have. And when you see like people making movies and stuff like that, and they've got those wooden boards and they make a loud snap on the wooden board, they do that because sometimes the people are using an external mic. I don't have one right here. And they need to sync up the audio, which is essentially what we're doing here. I'm going to try and sync this audio to the video. And I may have already put the mark on there, but I can delete those marks and I'll show you what I did. I don't know if I can just delete the mark. Anyways, I'll leave it on there for now and I'll show you how I can add a mark. Now up here, I can go through a clip. I double clicked on the audio here. So this brought my audio up into here. I'm going to rewind it and listen to the audio for what we've got. So see, we don't have that loud snap for us to align these two together. And what I don't like is in Sony Vegas Pro, it shows this is what the wave looks like. So every time there's a bass drum hit, boom, 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 boom. It's got these big lines because that's a louder noise in the mix. The one thing which I probably have already marked, and I can show you how to mark, if you move this thing anywhere, for example, this might be a cymbal hit right here. Let's hear what that is. Yeah, so it's kind of a boom and a tss right at the same time, which is what makes it louder. If I wanted to mark that as kind of something that I think might be a spot where I can line these up, I would just go and add a marker to this. And there we go, I have a marker, and it shows a marker down here. Now, I'm going to mute this for a second. I'm going to bring this up here. And you can hear kind of the pops in the phone audio, which is why we want to edit in the good audio. I'm going to fast forward a bit. Okay, so right on that dent, that's what I want to, where I want to add a marker. So, sounds like they're having fun upstairs. Okay, so he's jumping. Right there. Right there, that's where he hits it. You can even hear it in that as I'm moving it. It's the dun. So I'm going to add a marker right here. Add a marker. Now, what I want to do is this third marker, I'm going to call this one back up. This third marker is at that same spot where we hear the dun. If I hit play here, bam, there it is. So if I bring this back to that marker, that's it. So if I line that third marker up, and actually what's nice, I've got snap in place, so it actually snapped those right in line. But if you turn this off, this is snap, which kind of magically pulls them together. If we play these now, they should sound pretty in sync. Hang on. I haven't, so I muted the one. By clicking this, it's kind of like in Photoshop where you can see it and you can't. It's kind of like this eyeball right here. So I can get rid of the video. Similarly, I can get rid of the audio. So if we click, play again. Sounds perfect. There we go. So I'm going to turn the room mic way down. So this is the phone mic. It'll still have some of that phone mic in it. I'm going to stop this guy. Whoops. Stop it. Now, we're going to just get it where I'm going to cut out the part where we don't have both. And get rid of that. And I'll highlight this stuff and move it to the front. And this looks pretty cool. Make sure we're not redlining over here. Now, the audio pretty much cuts out right here, but this wave is just a little bit longer, and that's going to make the whole video longer. So I'm going to get it small. We might just post this maybe on YouTube or not YouTube, sorry, Facebook or something like that. So I'll make this small, and then I'm going to apply a default transition. I'm just, oops, did I set that up? Apply a default transition. Let me zoom in here. I did. This was my problem on the last video, was it took me a little bit because I didn't zoom in and I didn't see it, and I was trying to grab it and make it longer, and I couldn't do that. So I'm going to do that. For this, if we apply a default transition, it adds it to both. It's going to do a fade out as well as an audio fade out. So I'm going to increase those so that they're the same. I don't think I'm going to do, I kind of like how it starts down low. It's almost like the phone is starting up there. But I may add somewhere in the middle, maybe coming in here, a title. So I'm going to want it to be still. Sure, I don't care what it's called. But last video I didn't choose something from down here. Maybe this one I will choose something from down here. Something that looks nice and fancy, maybe. Maybe something like this. I don't know. Let me see. I don't know if I really like it. Let me see if there's a really, because these guys are like high-end. They're Czech string quartet, so I almost feel like it needs something super fancy. Yeah, like this, a parchment. We'll put it right over top of my micro brute here. Let me see. Zemlinsky Quartet joins, or I guess they collaborated. They haven't joined us really. Zemlinsky Quartet collaboration with Robot Apocalypse, and then maybe I'll hit coming soon or something. Now, yeah, coming soon. Now the only thing I don't really like, maybe I'm gonna go to this collaboration with, and I think I want that just in regular, because they are the fancy things. I'm going to put that in Arial. No, I don't like Arial. What the? Yeah, I'll just do Arial. Maybe this one looks better. Still a little bit fancy, yeah. And then I'm going to put the coming soon like that too. So not Arial, but I think it was this one. Okay. Now those, I'm going to make the coming soon all small, collaboration with. One thing, this looks pretty good. I think I want the whole thing left justified, which is a little bit different. I think I want this bigger too. Where's my size? So it's got 100%. I'm going to increase this to 150. Actually, I'm going to, because that seemed to just increase it width-wise, I'm going to put that back to 100. Font size, maybe I'll put up to 75. Let's see what that looks like. That seemed to keep the aspect ratio a little bit better. Now, where do I want this? The one thing I don't really like, I want it to highlight the Zemlinsky Quartet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight collaboration with and move that back down to maybe 50. Yeah, and the coming soon back down to 50. So it highlights. Oh, this I like. Where can I put it? Maybe right here. Yes. So it highlights the Zemlinsky Quartet and the robot apocalypse. And then you just kind of look in between for the collaboration with and the coming soon there. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to minimize this here. And again, it puts it in here as one of your assets. I'm going to pull this into the video. And I want it to kind of, I'll fade it in, but I want to see where I should have it. Maybe right there, once the camera kind of gets set. Oops. Let me get this. I'm going to cut that. Delete that. I think I'm going to have it come in right here. Nice, yes, I like it there. I got to extend this. Let's see how that looks. Fade, nice. Fade out, maybe. Yeah, fade. We gotta cut it again right here. I think I'm gonna delete this bit of it. I'm going to add on a default transition. I'm going to fade it out. I'm going to add that in over here too. I'm going to fade it in and double check how that looks. Camera comes up, fades in. Zemlinsky Quartet collaboration with Robot Apocalypse coming soon. Easy to read. Watch it, and then the fun part's kind of at the end here. And start to fade. Okay, so one thing I want to do is get these fades a little bit longer. There it is, I think. Okay, Here is, this is Sony Vegas Pro. It's a little bit different from, actually, the looking at it, the interface, it's way different from Premiere Pro. This is what I'm used to editing in. Same kind of start you can pick. I usually say HD 1080i right there. So I'm starting a new project. Here's my new project. Here's my window. Again, you can make it look a little bit more like the other one by dragging this down and stuff like that. I usually click this button and have the video preview on my other monitor here. I've got two monitors going side by side. But same idea for bringing in assets. Although you just drag and drop it in, it says the same thing. Do you want it to change to match the video settings? I'm going to say no. And this is what I'm talking about, the wave, the visual of the wave. I can increase the size of this as well. I do a lot of, like I get invited to concerts and things like that and get some video clips and put out a video of it after. And this is extremely helpful for that. So now when we bring this in, same idea. It's not as big, but I can go and I can see, so I can kind of, once I know what's what, and I think that if I remember correctly, this was that, this was that area. I can zoom in and line up those wave markers just like that. Now I can hit play and see. And we've already got it. There was a little bit of an echo. I might play around with it. Actually, it's pretty close, but maybe it's off by a split second there, and I could edit it closer. And that is kind of the difference between the two. I feel like this one is a little bit quicker. For cuts, you would just hit S for split or right click and say split. And split, delete, delete. Oops. That's one thing I like about the other one, is that you don't have to switch tools just for moving it. You can just highlight it all and move it. But there, I'm pretty much done. I don't need to add a transition. If I just grab the top here, that does a fade out, and then I can change how it fades if I want it linearly or kind of these, I don't know if they're, I guess not exponential, they'd be more logarithmic, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, you can do different things like that. And you can also, text would just be, you'd insert a video track up here. You can add media, tiles and text. Oops, nope, text. And just pull your text down, and that would open another screen. You could add whatever. Anyways, you can change the fonts and everything. I've got it pretty nice on the other one, so I'm not going to continue with this one. But I just wanted to show you that that is the one really nice aspect of Sony Vegas Pro, is that right in the timeline it's got the wave fields there, whereas the other one doesn't. So this is how I usually edit videos, but Premiere is probably more powerful than Sony Vegas Pro with all the stuff that you can do in there. And again, this one I just got off of a friend a couple of years ago when he was at Sheridan, so this is like his, usually you get 2 seats when you're installing it, and the other one is what we have at school just because they ended up purchasing that one. So whether you like this one or not, if you like this one better just from that quick little thing that I was showing you, and you want to go out and buy that, that is Sony Vegas Pro Whereas in class, though, we got to work with Premiere Pro, and I think we're going to be getting Final Cut Pro in soon, so we'll be able to play around with that one too. Anyways, this is what I also edit the video. Right in there was the last video that I just edited and put in. So anyways, hopefully that helps. Lining up audio so that it matches and adding some text.